The April 1st meeting of the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission is being called to order at 6:32. We would now like to have Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner McMinn.
Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now have roll taken by Staff Coordinator Francine Spriegel.
Commissioner DeMint.
Here.
Commissioner Hatlin.
Present.
Commissioner Hong.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Coleheb.
Here.
Commissioner McMinn.
Present.
Commissioner Morrison.
Here.
Commissioner Rose.
Here.
Commissioner Sadwick.
Here.
Commissioner Sauté.
Here.
Commissioner Sklavenitis.
Here.
Commissioner Wall is absent. Commissioner Young.
Here.
And Commissioner Martinez.
Here.
Commissioner Petrus.
Present.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask Commissioner Johnson to introduce the public comment section of our meeting.
Today we have one member for public comments, and this is the time in our meeting when we invite members of the public to state their concerns about youth-related issues in our city or to present items for commission consideration. We have one member of the public. Her name is Carrie from Planned Parenthood, and she'll be giving us some information.
This microphone? Either one? Okay. So, good evening, everybody. I came here today to speak about our teen clinics that we have at Planned Parenthood of Thousand Oaks and Ventura. We host a clinic every month. Basically, our teen clinics include food, music, activities, and they provide a safe space where teens up to age 21 can come to ask honest questions about sexuality and reproductive health and access services if needed. We hold teen clinics on the second Thursday of every month from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in Thousand Oaks, and the first Friday of every month from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. in Ventura. The next teen clinic in Thousand Oaks is Thursday, April 19th. The Thousand Oaks Planned Parenthood Center is located at 166 North Moore Park Road, Suite 104. And the next clinic in Ventura is Friday, April 10th. And that is at the Ventura Planned Parenthood Center, which is located on 5400 Ralston Street. You can just stop by or make an appointment for either of the centers, or you can call to make an appointment 1-888-898-3806. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I would now like to ask Commissioner DeMint to introduce our guest speakers.
At tonight's meeting, we have Adam Radonis, and he recently, last November, started a program called Students for Solar Schools, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Hey everyone, my name is Adam Radonis, and thanks for introducing me, and I would like to talk to you for a little bit about what I've started and how hopefully it will affect the community. So basically, Students for Solar Schools has two missions. The first is to try to get solar panels on Westlake High School, and the second is to create a network and a model so that it could be replicated, and hopefully soon we'll see solar schools across the country. So how I got the idea and how I started this actually started a few years ago when I was selected to be one of 15 California climate champions. I submitted a 3-minute video about climate change, what an individual can do to help, and then I was lucky enough to be selected. And ever since then, I've spoke at various events like the Governor's Global Summit on Climate Change, the Mojave Youth Environmental Leadership Consortium, and a few other environmental events. Now, what every member needs to do is have a greening project. And for years, I had no clue what to do. I, vacillated between tires or trees, and I couldn't find something where I felt I could make an impact until I went to this one salon. And it's called the Breathe LA Salon about AB 32. Now, what AB 32 is it's a landmark piece of legislation in California that says we are going to start doing something to solve global warming. And that's why it's called the Global Warming Solutions Act. And there I met the writer of the bill and saw a few presentations on it. And at the end, as a respondent, I asked, well, being a student, what's in it for our schools? And he gave some answer, and I thought maybe I didn't hear him correctly, or I wasn't listening, but I couldn't understand. So I sat down. Then, a few minutes later, someone else came up and said, I'd like you to answer that young man's question. What is in it for our schools? And at that point, I realized the answer was not much. And even if there was, at my school, and every school I've ever been to, I've never seen solar panels, and I believe that's something I wanted to change. And on the car ride home, I started and I designed the logo, and it all went from there. But one of the questions you guys should ask yourselves is why? Why have solar panels on schools? Why go through all the effort to do that? And of course, the first obvious reason is the environment. A 2.5 kilowatt system, which is about enough to power a few classrooms, reduces carbon dioxide emissions by the equivalent of planting an acre of trees or not driving a car 7,000 miles. And it's a small step, but I believe that's really big. Also, there are some myths about solar panels that you need like toxic chemicals in batteries or to store the electricity. That's simply not true. What you do is you have a buying and selling agreement with the utility that I'll talk about more later. And what it does is it conserves electricity because it's on site and you're not importing dirty fuel and dirty electricity from many miles away. And then what the schools like the most is the economics. As long as the sun is shining, there's basically guaranteed savings on electricity costs. And the latest estimate we got for Westlake High School is over 25 years, saving $800,000, which is pretty significant, and I believe could be a model to ensure our school's long-term financial success. And also, as electricity increases every year in the price of it, your savings just get bigger and bigger. Also, solar panels last at least over 25 years, and that's just the minimum. Some are even around for 30 or 40. And I even put an image up there because that's so important, is the summer. Over the summer, there aren't many students, so even a small amount of solar panels can power the entire school and really make the school a lot of money, because in what's called a net metering agreement, you're basically buying power when it's cheap in the winter, and then in the summer, when you're generating the most of it, you're selling it back. And if you're making more than you're using, you're actually selling that back to the grid. So in a sense, the school over the summer becomes a power plant, just making the school money. And then, of course, education. When I was doing a petition for solar panels at my school, I met two people who didn't know what solar panels were. And that really shocked me and elaborated and showed the need to educate people about alternative energy and solar power. And I believe having the panels there, first of all, acts as a powerful symbol for conservation and reminds you to always be as efficient as possible. And second, like this online monitoring system, it shows you could do many different projects with that. For statistics, you could download the data and do regressions on it. For physics, you could look at the ampage and the voltage. So there are many possibilities for a cheap online monitoring system that has been already set up in schools outside our county. Now, one of the main things Students for Solar Schools has done so far is make a website, studentsforsolarschools.org. And in the past few months, when it was started in December, we've had over 2,000 hits, and we've been contacted by people around the world. I get emails every week from someone new asking, how can my school go solar? Or we'd like to, put this up on our blog. And on the website, you could find plenty of resources on how to petitions, pitches, the schools that have done it, and some other helpful resources. And one of the things we're currently developing is a plan. So a simple 5-step procedure that can help people who, want to see their schools be sustainable but aren't sure where to start. This helps them with that, and this really simplifies a pretty complex and hard thing to do. And then the petition, that's one of the things that we started, and I believe that's a great way to get publicity and to build your team up, because after I did this petition, everyone at the school knew about Students for Solar Schools. And I think that's a great way to get recognition and show that even at the small level, to your administrators, the publicity that solar power can bring. One of the main things we're working on is expansion efforts. So we're targeting schools in areas that we've found have the most resources already, and contacting them and saying, hey, we see you're in a school that can apply for this grant. Do you want to lead an effort and go forward and do that? And then, of course, we get schools contacting us that want to follow the basic model. And one of our most successful campaigns so far has actually been in Puerto Rico. This guy named David Soto, who I've never met before, probably might never ever meet, contacted me and he said, I want all my schools in my community to go solar. And I was like, wow, that's pretty ambitious, but we'll help you with that. And by him sort of doing what we're doing at the same time, we've been able to see the benefits of having a network. So I'll walk out of a meeting from a district meeting here and learn about the roofing requirements and the weights and all these complicated things, and then I'll be able to relay that information to him instantly. And then he, let's say, will talk to his mayor and tell me what he learned. And already it's shown that by creating this network and establishing a movement, it's so much easier to go forward and all parties are more successful. And he sent me this one picture of a neighboring school that is already fully solar powered. Now, for a long time I was wondering, what's happening in Puerto Rico seems too good to be true. Why is everyone really gung-ho there about, going solar? And the reason is they have the highest electricity prices in the country, almost 50 cents per kilowatt. So when you're talking about that, solar panels really make sense and are definitely the way to go. So one of the things we've done already is we had a Westlake High School fundraiser, and we raised $535 just by placing jars that said Students for Solar Schools in the classrooms. And after counting the coins for 2 hours, we realized that we actually made quite a good amount. Next, we're looking to have a community fundraiser. So we have these plastic boxes that someone donated from a World Wildlife Foundation fundraiser, and we're putting on that plaque that you see on TV, and we're asking businesses to either have that in their store or possibly give us a small grant from $50 to $1,000. And that's what we're looking at doing next. And one of the challenges about getting solar panels on schools is time. And because time is so constricted, basically, if I want to see them up by the time I graduate, you need to campaign on two fronts. You have to start your fundraising, but then you also have to work on approval, because you don't want to get $10,000 and then go, now I want solar panels. It's much more complicated than that, and it takes a lot more time. So we've already started meeting with the district and even the CEO of Solar Electrical Systems, the superintendent, Mario Conatini, and we've spoken to them about it, and right now we're sort of hammering in the specifics. And as you move forward with approval and bring in as much people as possible, you get a lot of free stuff. Like already we're probably getting the roof perforations, which are the holes in the roof you need for free. We're getting possibly the solar panel inverter for a much lower price. So as you build your base of people larger and larger, you'll find that more people are willing to chip in the services they can and make sure your project is a success. And this is a Photoshop vision of, hopefully, in a year, what our school will look like. That's building 4. And that's about 10 solar panels, which would be a 3 kilowatt array. But with a mini power purchase agreement, we're looking at even expanding that further. And this is another vision. One of the complications that arose is Greg Johansson, who's the CEO of Solar Electrical Systems, said that the maximum angle is 8 degrees if you want to, have the most efficient solar panel. But 8 degrees, you can't see that from the ground. But we really believe that solar panels, they have such symbolism with it, and it's important. So right now we're currently trying to balance vision, seeing the panels, and then efficiency, which is making the most money for the school. And so then some of the next steps, we need to raise $10,000, which will basically cover the cost of the panels. We're already almost 20% there. And some other things we're looking at doing is finishing up the model so other schools have a much more clear guide. We're going to be at Arbor Day, Earth Day 2009. We're hoping to expand even more and become a nonprofit organization. So some ways you could help. You could email me at adam.rodanis@gmail.com, or if you'd like to donate, you could make your checks written out to WHS Earth Club. So I wanted to thank you guys for allowing me to speak today, and thank you very much. Are there any questions?
Does your plan also work for houses or special businesses?
Well, one of the reasons why we started the organization is because there are so many incentives already for houses and businesses. In taxes, for example, you could decrease the price of solar panels 4-fold. But for schools who don't pay taxes, we really are being left out of a lot of the benefits of solar power, and that's why you don't see many schools that have solar panels. So what we're looking to do is hold a community fundraising effort so that way we can hopefully make up for the benefits that are already given to houses and businesses.
So does the power that gets generated by the panels have to go through a processing plant outside of the school, or can it be directly done in the facility of the school?
It would be directly done at the school in a box that's about this big. And it's just converted from DC power to AC power, and it could be put right into the school, or if it's even generating too much power, it could be sold out to the community.
This isn't so much a question, but a comment. I just want to say thank you very much for doing this. This is a really big and ambitious project, and you're doing a real good thing for your community.
Thank you.
You should be proud.
Thanks. I saw you had a question over there.
There's a bunch of different types of solar panels, like amorphous and polycrystalline and stuff like that. Which one are you planning on using?
We are most likely using polycrystalline because they last the longest, and that's what Solar Electrical Systems has. But I know in the long-term future, those other like thin film panels, they have plenty of promising technology. So maybe in the future, who knows, but right now we're using silicon.
I just had one more question. So when the energy is generated, is it stored in capacitor banks, or is it like kept in batteries, or?
No, the energy is not stored at all. It either goes into the school and then the school imports less from the utility, or it goes out and into the community. There's no storage of power. The utility grid takes care of it.
So would your plan include like how to get the energy out, or?
It's a pretty simple agreement, the same if you put solar panels on your house. If you put solar panels on your house, basically what happens is Southern California Edison here would adjust for that influx of power. So the utility takes care of it, and there might be a small fee associated with that, but luckily the school, we do not need to provide any batteries, and worst comes to worst, you just don't use the power.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, thank you again for letting me speak.
I have a quick question. In the summer, you said the energy, if we have solar panels, the energy during the summer, it goes for the winter also, and for the seasons we have school? Or what were you saying about that? I didn't quite understand.
What I was saying about that is the solar panels generate all year. Even during clouds, sometimes they generate a little. But during the summer, when you're not using that much power because most of the school is off, it really gives the solar panels an opportunity to completely slash down the utility rates. And one of the great things about solar panels is they generate the most when there's peak hours. And you actually pay more for when you're using power at peak hours and when the sun is shining the most. So in the summer, it just has an incredible economic benefit as compared to the winter. Yep.
Well, thank you very much for coming. Oh, one more? Oh, sorry. Didn't see you.
Okay. You said you wanted to expand all over the country, and there's some states it's not the sun is not shining for half the year. How would schools benefit from that?
Although in Southern California we're lucky to have the most sun and the most solar irradiance by far, but keep in mind that England currently has more solar power than we do. And one of the most successful student solar initiatives has been at Mayo High School in Minnesota, and the Minnesota Student Renewable Energy Project. And they've been able to raise almost $1 million for schools in their district. So solar panels and solar power can work up north.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? All right, well, thank you very, very, very much for coming. That was really interesting.
Yes, thank you. That was very informative. I learned things that I never knew before, so thank you. I would now like to turn the meeting over to Vice Chair Johnson.
I would now ask Commissioner Rose to introduce the ASG-ASB portion of our meeting.
All right. First, we have Ariana Durman, Matt Stein, and Caleb Mulick from Sequoia Middle School.
Our Big Luau Bash is coming up on April 24th and is going on from 5:30 to 7:30. There will be games galore and great food to eat. Last year, our principal got on the roof and threw shell necklaces to screaming kids below. Also, we had a surf simulator. A great DJ will be playing cool music and giving out prizes all through the night. ASB is setting up a staff luncheon on April 28th. The theme will be the Beijing Buffet. Asian-inspired dishes will be served in the library for all staff. We appreciate the staff at Sequoia and hope to give back some of what they have given us. Finally, we are in the middle of fundraising week. During fundraising week, local restaurants are donating some of their profits to our school. Monday, the Habit Burger Grill donated some profits. Yesterday was Golden Spoon, and today it is Baja Fresh. We hope to make a lot of money for next year's programs. Thank you.
Ghana is coming to Sequoia. All the way from Africa, children make bracelets and send it to our school. We sell them and give money back to the children for their education. Bracelets are $1 to $2 each and are on sale April 20th to the end of the year. Save up for your money and buy a bracelet today. The Sequoia musical The Wiz has already started last weekend, but is not too late. You can still go see it this weekend, Friday the 3rd, Saturday the 4th, both at 7 p.m., and Sunday the 5th at 2 p.m. Tickets are $5 a seat and $7 for reserved seating. Don't miss out on this great show. For all the students with growing library fines, April 20th through the 25th is a great week. The library is subtracting all fees for free. All the students have to do is show up with your books to the library. Go to the library and have all your fines dropped today.
Sequoia's Class of the Year, or Cody, is coming to an end. Its finale to the 2008-2009 year is called Cody Week. It is a week devoted to Cody and jam-packed with 4 events from April 20th to 24th. From April 20th to 24th, the whole week, is TAR. Then we have 3 dress-up days. The first one, on April 20th, is the favorite sports team dress-up, in which you support your favorite sports team by wearing your favorite team's jersey and get Cody points. On April 22nd, we have the sunglasses dress-up, in which you wear your favorite sunglasses for some Cody points. And to finish it off, we have on April 24th the Hawaiian dress-up in honor of our luau that night. Wear your favorite Hawaiian gear and support your Cody class. So mark your calendars for April 20th to 24th for Cody Week, your last chance to earn Cody points. The Cody event, TAR, is coming up. TAR, or The Amazing Race, is a week-long Cody event where students compete in events like on the show The Amazing Race on CBS. This is one of the final events for Cody and is going on from April 20th to 24th. This is the 2nd annual TAR and it's California themed. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place is awarded for each grade. So you're ready for The Amazing Race?
I have one question. Sorry. What are Cody points?
Class of the Year points, and let's say you get 1st, 2nd, or 3rd in the event, you get certain points, and then big events like TAR, each participating class gets a certain amount of points, and then the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place classes get a little more. Yeah,
Thank you. All right, our next one is Natalie Snyder with Kalina Middle School.
Sorry. Hello, I'm Natalie Snyder. I go to Kalina Middle School. Well, this week, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we have our drama production at 7 o'clock. So if you want to come and enjoy the show up there on the staircase, feel free. Also, our Spirit Week and our luau will be coming up after spring break. We're having our lunchtime sports of volleyball. We're also collecting change for our pennies for patients. And congratulations to all 8th graders who just won their first game, and good luck to all 7th graders. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Nicholas Whetstone with Ascension Lutheran.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Whetstone, and as you said, I go to Ascension Lutheran. It's a private school over at the corner of Herbs and Hillcrest, serving students in preschool through 8th grade. As a World Outreach Program, Ascension is working with a Lutheran church and school in Pachacamac, Peru, and it continues to do so. It's an extremely impoverished area where students hardly ever have the opportunity to attend school, and because of education expenses. We collect a weekly donation for students in Pachacamac that covers their educational supplies and other expenses that may prohibit them from going to school. And we have had representatives from the church and school travel to Peru to offer ministry help and assess the situation. This Saturday, we're hosting our annual auction at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library Foundation in Simi Valley. Proceeds from the event go to various programs and education material. We currently have 3 volleyball teams at Ascension, 7th and 8th grade co-eds, 7th and 8th grade boys, and 5th and 6th grade boys. And last Saturday, the 28th of March, we hosted a Olympian, George Romaine, in a free volleyball clinic. In May, Ascension will host the Life Without Limbs ministry speaker, Nick Vujicic, and as his name implies, he was born without arms and legs and is quite the inspirational speaker. The event is open to community at no charge, but donations are appreciated. More information is available on the school website of ascensionlutheranschool.org. Thank you. Evie.
What type of items will we be auctioning at the Ronald Reagan Library?
Just any various, many just have come from any donor that wants to support the school. So many things from like sports packages to hot air balloon rides, vineyard tours, etc.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. And lastly, we have Hannah Barrett from Westlake High School.
Tomorrow is Spirit Night at the Teen Center from 7:30 to 9:30. Our theme is Westlake Circus. Come support Westlake by wearing blue and orange. We will provide free pizza lunch for everyone who attended if we win. On April 2nd to the 4th, theater will be performing their production of Grease at 7 p.m. Tickets are $7 for students and $12 for adults. Vote for your class officers all next week in the bagel booth during lunch. Spring break is from the 10th to the 17th. All incoming freshmen. Our Warrior Orientation Week, or WOW, is from August 11th to the 14th. This is a great opportunity to meet new friends, have fun, and get acquainted with our campus. The cost is only $50 per student, which includes a t-shirt and other Spirit items. For more information about WOW or to register, please visit our website, whswarriors.com.
Thank you to all who came tonight. Thank you to those representatives who came out to make reports for your schools, and we encourage all ASB or ASGs to send your representatives each month. Now we have the Teen Center Advisory Council. Will Commissioner McMinn present this item?
Okay, so here's a recap of the activities from the past month. On Saturday, March 7th, we had the parent-teen pool tournament with the Tri-Tip barbecue. We had 15 teams come out, so 30 participants, the parents and their kids, and had a lot of fun, had some great food there. On Wednesday, March 11th, we hosted a middle school girls soccer tournament at Caneo Creek South, and that is the first of 3 tournaments that we'll be holding during the next month. Saturday, March 14th was the 7th and 8th grade St. Patrick's Day dance. 650 teens throughout the community attended, and they had lots of fun. On Monday through Friday, March 16th to the 20th, there was a Be Safe drivers training for high school students at the Teen Center where they could learn safe defensive driving that would help them throughout their lives. On the 22nd, the high school basketball league playoffs occurred at the Teen Center, and 200 teens attended that to watch some great basketball. On the 28th, 30 high school teens took a free practice SAT test, which is really valuable. Those can sometimes cost a lot of money, and really glad that we were able to provide that for our kids here. Also on the 28th, there was a middle school talent show, and all 5 public schools participated with several hundred teens coming out to watch all the great talent that night. On Tuesday, March 31st, the Teen Center hosted Caneo Valley High School for a basketball game and a barbecue, and 50 students came to that from Caneo Valley High School, and I'm sure they all had a great time. Some of our upcoming activities is the High School Spirit Night on April 2nd. We'll have Newberry, Westlake, and the returning champions, Thousand Oaks High School, compete in various activities designed to showcase their school spirit. These activities include competitions in decorations, cheer, dance, lip sync, and a tug of war. It's going to be a lot of fun. We should have probably around 1,000 kids there from the 3 schools in the community. And on April 7th, there will be the Century High School Art Show at the Teen Center with a reception at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The art will be displayed through Friday, April 10th, so it'd be great to see you guys come out and look at some of the great art that's going to be displayed at the Teen Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. I now turn the meeting back to Chair Morrison.
Okay, so now we're going to go over some of our special projects, and we will first like to start with the therapeutic dance with Commissioner Sadwick.
Our therapeutic dance was on Saturday, March 21st, and I think I speak for everyone when I say that it went incredibly well. All the participants and volunteers had a great time. We had a balloon drop, Greek dancers, great food, DJ Slick, and we just really want to thank all of our donors for making it possible. We had a great time, and hopefully it'll be just as great next year.
Okay, thank you. And I would definitely like to say, again, a big thank you to Commissioners Wall and Sadwick. That was my favorite therapeutic dance out of all 4 years, so great job. We will now move on to Youth Recognition Awards with Commissioner Kohlhepp.
All right, the Youth Recognition Awards are coming up on May 20th, and all the nomination forms have been mailed out to organizations and schools in our community. And we request that schools and organizations send in your nomination form with the attached reason for nomination letter to our offices here at Thousand Oaks. The information is on the flyer, and the flyer looks like this. All nomination forms are due April 10th, and we will begin planning for that now. So I would like to request commissioners to volunteer for the following subcommittees. If you are a commissioner that is interested in helping out, please just respond to each committee I mentioned. So the first committee is foods. Is there any commissioners interested in helping out with food and...
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
All right, Jared. All right, so we also need two, and Effie. So we also need 2 callers to help Sean Sote and Commissioner Sote and I in calling. So would 2 people? All right, so Effie and Commissioner Dement and Commissioner Sadwick. All right. All right. The last 2 things that we need to get subcommittee people for is the program design and the invitation. These 2 need to be coordinated, so whoever volunteers for this needs a partner. So it's like graphic design and stuff. Is there any commissioners that would like to volunteer to help design? Okay. Is there anyone that wants to help? Please. I can help him a little bit with that, but I'd really appreciate if someone could help it, because yeah. All right. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
If anyone needs a nomination form, please call our offices or email us at youthcommission@toaks.org. Our phone number is 449-2743. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to public information and guest speakers with Commissioner DeMint.
There is no report at this meeting.
Okay, thank you. Then we will now move back to Commissioner Kohlhepp with a volunteer newsletter report.
All right, our volunteer newsletter went out to all the schools, and all the high schools in Thousand Oaks have a link posted on their website that goes directly to the newsletter. It was a great success. We'll have another one coming out, I think, for the summer. So we have volunteer meetings soon, so please stay posted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to Commissioner comments with Commissioner Hong.
This is our last portion of our meeting where commissioners can provide any information, comments, or announcements which no action by the commissioners will be taken. At this time, are there any commissioner comments? Commissioner Savanites.
I would like to say good luck to Kalina's 8th grade co-ed volleyball team. We're playing tonight at 7:45, so I hope we do a good job and win. And good luck to all those who are playing in the league.
Commissioner DeMint.
I want to say happy birthday to my mom. It's her birthday tomorrow.
Commissioner Sadwick.
I would like to say happy belated 15th birthday to my sister Ari. I love you.
Commissioner Johnson.
This is a message to all high school seniors or college transfer students, and on Thursday, April 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Ventura College, there is an event called the Youth Empowerment Summit, and I'll give you a little description. The Youth Empowerment Summit is a program focused on engaging students heading off to college with young, successful professionals and entrepreneurs in an effort to share valuable career and life experiences. And the cool thing about it is you can receive between $250 and $1,000 in scholarship money. So it's a really great event, and I signed up already. You can sign up at www.ylsvc.com, and it's really easy. It takes probably 1 minute to sign up, so please do it. Thank you.
Commissioner Hatlin.
Okay, so the Los Angeles and Ventura County Sheriff's Department would like to invite the public to a night of food and fun at the Tip-A-Cop benefit dinner with funds going towards the Special Olympics. It will be held at Claim Jumper from 5 to 9, which is located at 2150 Thousand Oaks Boulevard in Thousand Oaks, California. Thanks. Anyway, the Sheriff's Department will be dressing up as celebrity waiters just to add to the fun, and it's going to be a real blast, and it's going towards a good cause. So if anybody who wants to show up, once again, that's April 16th, that's Thursday, April 16th, 5 to 9 at Claim Jumpers. No, there's not. In Thousand Oaks, California.
Commissioner Rose.
I would like to say happy birthday to my friend Devin Milligan. It's her birthday today, and I played a really funny joke on her. It was really funny. And then I also want to say, because I know my family's watching this, hi to them, and I know my brother's watching this, and I also want to say to him, take that scholarship opportunity, because I know Mom's getting on your case about getting a scholarship, and that's a good one for you to do. So, all right. Okay.
Commissioner Sade.
Are you in middle school, high school, or college? Do you have talents in dance, vocal, or instruments? Well, if you do, you can come compete for scholarships at the Civic Arts Plaza. The deadline to submit applications is April 3rd. So 2 days. You have 2 days to turn them in. If you want more information, you can call Fran at 805-449-2590 or www.allianceforthearts.org. That's all.
Commissioner Sklavenites.
I'd like to wish my brother a happy 11th birthday, Monday. Good luck with that. And I would like to wish everyone a happy April Fool's Day.
Commissioner Sadwick. I would like to announce the Planet Green Youth Congress. Do you want to make a difference? Do you want to save your planet? I know I do. So go to Planet Green Youth Congress on April 4th, 2009, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There are door prizes, as if saving the planet weren't initiative enough. It will be at Westlake High School, and space is limited, so reservations are recommended. Call 818-880-1054 if you're interested.
Commissioner Hatlin? On the topic of April Fool's Day, I'd like to say thank you to James, Dylan, and Alex for your hard work, all the teachers involved in Operation Free Element. It was an absolute success. And especially thank you to Mr. Hogue, who took the whole thing so well.
Commissioner Colehep?
I'd like to congratulate Commissioner Sote for wearing that amazing shirt.
Commissioner Wall?
Good luck to the Moore Park Raiders in your volleyball game. That's probably over. I hope you won.
Commissioner Martinez?
Thank you. Everybody's doing such a great job. I would like to announce the Thousand Oaks City Alert Emergency Notification Program, One Call Reaches All. Now what that is, I'm glad you asked. The Thousand Oaks City Alert is a telephone-based emergency notification system that is used to communicate critical information to thousands of residents and businesses during the emergency. So the system is designed basically to cycle through every communication device available until the message is delivered, confirmed by the person who registered. But you need to register first. And to do that, you can either go through the internet and go to www.toaks.org or email the city at cityalert@toaks.org That's CityAlert@toaks.org. You can call the city at 449-2499, extension 436. You can pick up one of these brochures, these pamphlets here, and fill it out. You can pick them up at the city or the library, and on there is a registration. You can fold it up after you fill it out like this, put a stamp on it, and seal it, and mail it in. So you can do that as well. And it's really a good program because if there's any kind of emergency, they'll call you. They'll keep calling you until they finally reach you and give you some very important information. If a building needs to be evacuated, if there's an earthquake, something like that. So please register. Thank you.
Commissioner Morrison.
Lastly, I would like to wish Thousand Oaks High School good luck at Spirit Night tomorrow. Our theme is Going Green, and I spent 4 hours in the ASB room getting everything ready today, so hopefully we win.
Okay, I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay, then that brings us to the close of our meeting, if there's nothing else to come before the commission. Again, if you would like any information, questions, comments, you can contact the Youth Commission at 805-449-2743 or email us at youthcommission@toaks.org. And if there's nothing else, what time is it? I would like to adjourn the meeting at 7:18 p.m.